Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Today, in light of the new playable DLC character that will be coming out on November the 11th, the Handsome Jacks Doppelganger, we will be taking a more in-depth analysis on his skills, which were leaked a few days ago, and I've got them all here. So we'll be doing this in 3 separate videos for each skill tree, and we're just going to be going through them and having a look at them, seeing what we like about them, seeing what we don't like, and what we're going to possibly choose when Handsome Jacks Doppelganger actually comes out. So I'm looking quite forward to this. It's always nice to have a extra an extra character to play, keep things fresh, and bit of variety, and it'll actually be good to play as Jack for once. So we're going to go ahead and go into his skill tree now, and today we're going to be doing the first skill tree, the left hand side skill tree, the greater good. But first I'm going to actually have a look at his action skill, which is obviously your first point that you'll get to spend when you get your skill point. So expendable assets is what it's called, and you press F to summon 2 Digijacks to fight and die for you. Digijacks lose health constantly until they die. When a Digijack dies, a new one will be summoned near you. Press and hold F to end expendable assets early and gain a reduction to your cooldown. So I'm saying press F there, by the way, that's obviously on PC. It'll be your action skill button on your console. So basically, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm liking the sound of that. So you've got 2 clone copies of yourself, and they'll fight for you. And it's always good to have an extra character, or you know, a bit like Claire Death Trap in Borderlands 2, where it's a bit of a distraction to the enemies. They're not focused on you constantly. So if you actually get to a point where you're, you know, low on health or shields go or things like that, you could actually just run around the corner and get them back, while the other 2, you know, or the other character or your helper is actually distracting them. So that's pretty good, really. And the fact that they constantly lose health and then die but will respawn is pretty good. And if you go into a, you know, a small wave of enemies and you kill them all pretty quickly and you're only halfway down your skill, you can actually hold your action skill button again to recall them and gain some cooldown back, so that's always handy. So we're going to go into the actual skill tree now. So the top left skill is the best foot forward skill. So while your action skill is active, killing an enemy increases your action skill's duration. This skill has diminishing returns. So I'm not sure about this diminishing returns, but that sounds pretty good, really. You know, if you're in a massive wave of enemies, there's loads of them, and you're pretty powerful, kill them all pretty quickly. The Digijacks are helping you out and killing things. You get half a second per kill, per skill as well. So that could go up to 2.5 seconds per kill, maybe, if there's 5 skills on that tier. So every time you kill someone, you get an extra 2.5 seconds. That sounds pretty good, and it's always good to obviously keep your action skill going as long as possible. So that's pretty handy. So next, the top right of that skill tree is called Bolster. So increases your maximum health of you and your Digijacks. Also, the longer a Digijack is alive, the more damage it does. So again, that will link up with this one pretty good, where, you know, the more people you kill, the longer it actually your action skill goes. And while you're doing that, you actually increase maximum health of the Digijacks, so they'll last longer, and the longer the Digijack is alive, the more damage it does. So if you combine these 2 skills together, you're going to go for a long time, and your Digijacks are going to be more powerful every single second. So I could see me actually speccing into both them skills if I'm going to use this. So next row on the left hand side is just compensation. So it increases your mag size with all gun types as well as grenade damage. Bonus increase for every grenade missing from your supply. If you're carrying the maximum number of grenades, you receive no bonus. So I've had a look at this skill tree a little bit, and it seems that they want you to try and go down the grenade route with Jack. So you know, if you choose this skill, you'll obviously be using grenades a lot. I think I might miss this one out because I don't use grenades quite as much as most people do. But it's always handy for those who do like grenades, a bit like Axton in Borderlands 2. He was pretty good with grenades with his skills. So if you're a grenade kind of person, this is the one for you. Next, you have my shield. Your Digijack gets a copy of your shield. Again, could see me using that one because you're always trying to, you know, increase the health, protect your your clone as much as possible, and it will work really well with this one as well, because that increases your maximum health, so they'll have more health. It also makes them more powerful, and then they obviously get a shield. So you know, definitely these three come in, 1, 2 and 3. I'll be specking into them ones for sure. So next we're on Take Their Freedom. Whenever you or your Digijack kill an enemy, you and your Digijack gain health. So again, all intertwining with each other now. Keep the health going, keep the duration going, and make them more powerful than ever. So that's definitely another one on my list, I think. Next, Jax Cash. When you or your Digijacks kill an enemy, you gain a stack of cash. Throw in a grenade when you have 4 stacks, consumes all cash stacks instead of grenade ammo. So again, another one linking with this one. So I'd probably use them two together. And again, it's going down the grenade route, so I think I might miss this one out. But if you're a grenade kind of person, definitely get that one. So to the right of that, Inspire. Jack will occasionally inspire you with words of greatness, so I'm quite interested to see what this one is about, whether it'll actually do something or whether it'll just start talking a lot and giving you some good words of motivation. But that's definitely a new one on the skill front. Quite, you know, they haven't really put much about that, but it sounds like it could be quite handy, or it's just a little troll, I don't know. But I might look into that one, definitely. So on the 4th row, we're going for Hero Pose. Increases shield capacity, shield recharge rate and shield recharge delay. So again, another one that's pretty handy most of the time. You always got to try and get your shield and your health as good as possible. So that's definitely a good one to look into. And you know, it's capacity, recharge rate and recharge delay. So 3 things for 1 skill, very handy. So in the middle of the 4th tier is On My Mark. So press your action skill button basically during your action skill to cause your Digijacks to throw a copy of your grenade at an enemy under your crosshairs. You can do this once per action skill activation. So again, you're only limited to once per action skill, but if you've got a good grenade mod, especially, you know, a powerful legendary grenade or something like that, you press F during your action skill on PC obviously, but press your action skill button, it will cause your Digijacks to throw a copy of your grenade. So I could see that one being very good for crowd control really, especially if you've got something like a Stormfront or something, a spread grenade, something that will affect a lot of people, or even up against a boss. You know, you come up against a big boss, especially if you're quick and you press the action skill button to get your Digijacks to throw a grenade, and then you throw one yourself. That's 3 grenades going out at once. That's pretty handy really, so that's definitely a good one. So next, to the right of the 4th skill tier is Lean On Me. So increase your fire rate for you and gives your Digijacks a chance to fire a bonus corrosive shot based on how high your health is. So, you know, if you've got full health and your Digijacks are up and quite healthy and get a good shot, your fire rate increases and they might get a bonus corrosive shot off. Corrosive's quite good in this game, so that's not a bad one really, but I'm not sure if I'd be going for that one. Next, on the next tier, we're going for Persistence. While your action skill is cooling down, you gain shield capacity and health regeneration. The lower your health, the stronger the regeneration. So it's always pretty handy to have health regen on the go, in between areas and things like that, when you just fought a big crowd of mobs and your health's quite low. Your shield will obviously recharge on its own, but it's also good to get that health up as well, ready for the next wave. So again, another pretty handy one there really. And then before we go to the last tier, we are on Resolute. You and your Digijacks gain damage resistance and weapon damage for a few seconds after you take damage. So pretty, you know, universal kind of one that. Most characters have something along the lines of that. So again, if you want a bit of damage resistance and weapon damage for a few seconds, go for this one. But again, I try and stay clear of the few seconds kind of ones, because, you know, I like the longer lasting ones. I prefer to get the health and the shield up rather than, you know, have a few seconds of resistance. But some people play differently, so think about that one. And then finally, at the very bottom, you have Promote the Ranks. Your first Digijack spawn will be a badass that deals increased damage, increased health, and can launch a powerful Digi-missile barrage. Each Digijack spawned afterwards has a chance to be a badass. That sounds pretty good really, so that's what convinced me to go down this skill tree when I play as him, when he comes out finally. That does sound pretty ace. Not only with your doppelganger skill will you actually get 2 clones of yourself, which was pretty handy anyway. If you go through all these skills, you know, and beef him up a bit, upgrade the shields, upgrade the health, upgrade the power of them, all things like that, and then get to here and one of them guys is going to be a badass as well. Everyone knows badasses in the game are, as they say, they're badasses. They are a lot stronger, a lot more powerful, and one of your guys will be a guaranteed badass every time, and then every time one of them is killed they have a chance to beat a badass. That sounds very handy to me, and it just sounds quite cool really, having your own personalised badass bodyguard walking behind you. So definitely think the hero of this story is going to be the first skill tree I go down, but we'll have a look at the other 2 in separate videos. But that's it anyway guys, that is the hero of this story skill tree analysis for Jack Doppelganger when it finally comes out. So like I said earlier, it's November the 11th it will be released, and make sure you get it now. Season pass holders get it for free, otherwise it's $9.99, which in euros and pounds is about $4 or $5, something like that. It's not very much anyway, so if you haven't got the season pass, be sure to pick it up. But that's it anyway guys. Next we'll be doing the greater good skill tree, I think, which, yep, just there, the greater good, so we'll be looking at that next time. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.